Hi guys, Lindsay
and Tracy.
here with Storybook Family Farm. So there's been some progress made on our house, which is very super exciting. So we thought we ought to show you guys what's been going on. We haven't filmed in the last few days because, well, it's been storming out and there was also a roofer up on the roof making a whole big ruckus. Kind of not very good weather or timing to really do much filming when there's a lot of bang, 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 crash, bang going on in the background. But so our porch roof has been fixed. Well, bam! And I'm gonna walk around and show you guys. And I did take all of the railings off except for the piece right by the steps, obviously. I went ahead and I took that stuff down because I do plan on replacing it very soon. And it was already, honestly, like half falling down. It was super wobbly and stuff. And like this here, it's not even straight. Like there's the steps, here's this, and it jets out towards this way, probably about 8 inches from that top post right over there. So it's not even functional. Like if you were gonna start falling, I would not grab onto it. I mean, it's somewhat steady, but not anything like it ought to be. But so that's gonna be coming down, just like the chimney did. So today, the roofer guy got that old chimney taken the entire way down to the ground. So we're left with this little cement pad thing right here. It's probably like 2 foot by 2 foot. So we plan on eventually putting a really big like pot there and stuff, so we can have like flowers and things of that nature, so it looks really pretty. So we've been debating on what we should do right there. That is where there was a hole in the living room that, you know, was venting out for the old chimney. That old chimney, it's amazing that the people that owned this house before us didn't burn the whole thing to the ground. Like honestly, that chimney was completely and utterly filled with like creosote and ash and things like that. Like it had obviously never been cleaned, which we had kind of assumed that because, you know, there wasn't any sort of like door to clean the chimney out anywhere. Which obviously that's a big like planning fail, because there needs to be a door at the bottom so that way you can open it up so you can run your chimney brush up and down through the chimney and then, you know, scoop out all of the yuckies that are underneath. So that's definitely something that needed to be taken care of. But so we have our front porch all cleared off. You know, there's just like some random stuff up here, but it's really nice to have it all cleared off. And we now have this really, really monstrous size beam here. It's not like anything crazy, but it is like,
It's like a 2 by 12.
2 by 12. 2 by 12.
2 by 12.
It's a 2 by 12. Well, there's actually, clearly there's, you know, 2 of them and stuff. But so that is definitely going to be strong enough to support a porch swing that we had gotten garage sailing a couple months ago and stuff. We got a really good deal on it. It was only like $10 because it needed repainted and stuff. I think the guy just honestly, he just wanted to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And stuff. So we're eventually, probably relatively soon actually, probably going to put the porch swing up, just because there's like some stuff that like we realized really helps boost our morale. And I want to sit down over here. It's really comfy. You haven't sat over here yet on the drop off. Just move
It's not much of a drop off.
It is a drop off. It drops down. My feet are dangling. That's a drop off. But we've really come to realize with this whole renovation process that it's kind of important to have some things that are just like creature comforts. Like I love to sit on swings. I love to swing back and forth. I love rocking chairs. I like it. I like the soothing motion of back and forth. And so like for us, taking the time to put up a porch swing, it's really like a really big goal for us to have some comfortable place that we can sit at, especially like to look at the view over there and, you know, be able to sit here outside with like a cup of coffee on the swing. Like I'm really excited for that moment.
When we lived in Slameville, we used to drink our morning coffee on the front porch a lot in the summer.
Yeah, it was nice to be able to just sit outside and just listen to nature instead of being cooped up in the house with the dogs and stuff. Because they, you know, there's nothing wrong with them wanting to cuddle, but sometimes it's kind of hot in the summer and you really don't want a dog on your lap or two dogs on your lap. Like, granted, they're small, so they're, not going to crush you to death or anything, but it's still not the most enjoyable thing. But so, yeah, we're planning on definitely getting that porch swing up soon. Our roof has been postponed. So all of the original shingles and stuff are still on the roof. We did yesterday get the new shingles delivered. It was really neat watching them use this big crane thingy and stuff to put them up on the roof. But they did comically make a mistake and they put all of them up there and they weren't all supposed to be up there. So the roofer now is going to have to carry like a bunch of the bag things of shingles back down here, so that way they can go on the roof here and then on the roof in the addition on the back side of the house. It is so muggy out. Like, I feel gross.
Yeah.
And stuff. But so last night there was major storms going on here. We actually lost power for about 5 hours in the middle of the night. It was really scary. Like, I had woken up and could hear like branches and stuff breaking. What are you looking at?
I was looking at a branch on the tree.
Which tree?
Hemlock.
Oh.
But it's just there's another branch going up through the tree from another tree.
Oh. So not a big deal.
No.
And people say that I get distracted easily. But so last night I could hear a lot of branches like snapping and things, and it was extremely windy. There was massive amounts of thunder and lightning and stuff. Like, the thunder was loud enough that it kept like shaking and rattling all of the windows in the house. Tracy was snoring right through it, and I was like laying there having mass panic attacks, praying to everything holy to, make sure that like none of the trees fell on our house or on our barn, or, just really, really nervous. Well, then I started falling asleep finally after like half an hour, 45 minutes of laying there thinking, oh God, I'm going to die and stuff. I do not like storms at all. But so I started finally falling back asleep, and then all of a sudden I hear, wha boom, and stuff, and it like made us both jump. Tracy like bolted out of, like, it was like she leaped out of her skin, like some exorcism type of stuff. That scared the bejesus out of me too. Here, which I shared this in another video, there's like the textured ceiling in our room and stuff that was like really super popular for a long time, and we hate it. It's kind of like the popcorn ceiling, but it's not quite the popcorn ceiling. It's got the little ridges and stuff. It's the pokey stuff. But so that has actually been coming down. It's been working on coming down because over in that area, the roof does have a leak. It was by where that old chimney was that now is no longer in existence. So, which the night before that, when it was raining, there was actually water coming in the house from that roof.
I got woke up because my arm was hanging off the bed and the water hit my arm.
Yeah. So we haven't slept very good for the last few nights. But so when that boom happened in our room, Tracy then panicked and tried to turn on the light to see what the hell happened, because I honestly thought that a tree fell and hit the house. Like, that was immediately where I went to, and I already am a person that has anxiety, so like my anxiety was on, like, it went from like 0 to like a gazillion and stuff. So I was like almost like to the point of hyperventilating and stuff. Like, my heart rate was like through the freaking roof, and I was like shaking because I had gotten startled so badly. And so Tracy was like, why won't the light turn on? I'm like, we lost power like an hour ago. She's like, the incubator, because we have quail eggs in the incubator, and it is like,
they are like, this evening is lockdown day, which that means we were at the 3 days left till hatching.
Yeah. So it's a very critical time in the eggs development and stuff, when it's that close to hatching day. Normally a mama, when she's sitting on eggs, once it gets to that level of closeness, she usually won't even get off of the pile and stuff, for a good reason, because it's that sensitive. But so Tracy like panicked, and it startled me again, because of the incubator issue. So we do have one of those like small solar generator battery thingy-majigs and stuff. So I was like, okay, well, I'll come downstairs because I'm already freaked out. I'll come downstairs and I'll get it hooked up and plug in the incubator, so hopefully not everything is a total loss. So it was only about 10 degrees colder than it's supposed to be, so I'm hoping that it'll all be fine. So that was, thankfully, that was able to power the incubator. But so then while I was downstairs, I like my heart rate was still like going crazy. Like, I was still in like sheer panic mode And I'm like, my God, I feel really nauseous. Like, it was so bad that I ended up actually vomiting because, like, I could not get myself back under control. Like, it was just like the thought of that, like, it kept replaying over and over and over again in my head that, like, we almost died, even though nothing actually happened. But so then fast forward to this morning, we went out and was taking care of the animals and noticed that one of the pine trees along the property line back there, it actually, the top half of it snapped off. It smacked into another tree and busted into multiple pieces. So that was probably some of the banging noises that I heard outside and the branches breaking and the snapping sounds. And then over by the barn, there's a really big maple tree that actually like leans over the barn some. Kind of sketchy, kind of scary, kind of worry-inducing. So it lost a pretty significant limb. It was probably about that big around. I don't even understand how it landed where it did, but it kind of got taken by the wind, I'm assuming, and thrown on top of the cherry tree that had fallen a few weeks ago in another storm. So it's kind of weird that it was literally just like tossed right on top. Like, oh, you wanted more firewood? Here you go. It's kind of a bizarre thing. But yeah, so it's been crazy and it's been hectic as all get out here. And we're exhausted. Our son, he did start school this week, so we've been having to make sure that he's up on time and all that stuff. And basically our days now are starting
at 6.
Yeah, so they're starting about an hour earlier than they normally do. And there's a wasp, it just landed on my shoulder.
We're not going to bed any earlier.
Yeah, if anything, we've been going to bed later because we've been canning and processing things and just doing all the things. But so we're really super excited. And this spot that we're sitting at right now, it is, if you've seen our previous videos, there was a mega-sized trash pile over here. We have been working on, hope I don't make anybody like carsick. This is where the trash pile was at. There's obviously still pieces of plaster there and stuff, so I've been working on cleaning that up while there's a dumpster here for the roofing stuff, so I can get rid of some of that junk. But so our all-time goal is to where we're sitting at right now, right across the porch there is where the steps are to come up. We want to also make steps that go down right here, right where we're sitting at, so then that way we can easier access the spring area that's over there, that little clubhouse thing there, because all this eventually is going to be like a Zen garden type of space for us. We want to do just some really cool stuff there and have a lot of different flowers and just a lot of beauty. It's a very peaceful, tranquil space over there, especially with the spring, because it usually has a nice trickling sound like all the time. Even when we were in a really bad drought, it was really nice.
Yeah.
But so that is our plans for that. We are definitely going to call it an early night tonight because we're tired.
We have to get going on the bread soon.
Yeah, I know. I got to make bread for tomorrow's market and then take care of the animals, and then we're going to bed because we're just... I have a lot of... I just got hit with a wasp again. They also uncovered some wasp nests up in the roof area, so there's been so many angry wasps buzzing around over here. But yeah, I have not been sleeping well for the last few days and stuff, especially with the storms. That makes it even worse. Yeah, so hopefully tonight we'll be able to sleep good. Otherwise, it'll make for a very long day at the market tomorrow. But if you're enjoying our content, please give our videos a thumbs up, share it with your friends on social media, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to help us grow. We greatly appreciate it. All right, thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.